What if the person you've spent your entire life protecting is the very illusion creating all your pain? What if the one who suffers, strives, fears and grasps is only a mirage, compelling, convincing, but never actually you? Today, we're going to walk directly to the source and ask the only question that truly matters. Who am I? You exist. This is undeniable. Before any belief, before any theory, before any label, there is a fact. You are. The deeper question is not whether you exist, but how you exist. Advaita, the pathless path, points you beyond every concept of self toward the immediacy of what you truly are. Advaita means not two. It is not a philosophy to memorize. It is the direct recognition of reality, another name for yourself. It is simpler than simple, so simple it exists before the idea of simple can be thought. This is not about adopting a spiritual identity. It is not about improving your story. It is about discovering the one who has a story, or seeing that the storyteller has never actually been the self. Confirm for yourself, with the courage of direct seeing, the living answer to the question, who am I? If you are willing, this ends suffering at its root. It is possible, it is right here. It is. The crucial question is this. Who is identified? What is the one who says me? Where is it found? Is there truly an entity inside this body? Something solid, enduring, owning, controlling? Is there such a thing as a separate I at all? Don't accept an inherited answer. Find out. Very few are deeply interested in the root of their suffering. Most try to rearrange the furniture of life, relationships, habits, achievements, without looking at the house itself. But the house is built upon the sense, I am a personal someone. The personal I becomes the lens through which everything is seen, and that lens is smudged with fear, desire, and the need to be special. When your finger is broken, everything you touch hurts. In the same way, when the sense of the personal I is taken as your identity, every situation becomes tinged with friction and pain. The solution is not to wrap the world in padding, it is to discover the nature of the I that claims to be hurt. Don't rush to fix your life. That project is still run by the same assumption, the same personal I that keeps you spinning. Instead, find out who this I is, turn within, leave aside the search for better circumstances, let go of trying to optimize appearances, go to the source of experience itself. Who are you? There is a simple, luminous method, self-inquiry. In Sanskrit, Atma Vichara, investigation into the self. It is not a technique in the ordinary sense. It is a clear, earnest turning of attention toward the one who seems to be at the center of everything. It is the most direct and dependable way to self-discovery because it does not entertain the mind's endless projects. It questions the very one who has projects. Question yourself here and now. Question your reality. Question your presence. This inquiry is the light by which you discover you cannot be anything that comes and goes. You are that which is before and beyond every appearance and also intimately here in this moment. Through the clear gaze of self-inquiry, a non-dual seeing is revealed. Self-inquiry is the mirror in which eternity recognizes itself. Look in this mirror and see what you find. Not who this body is, not who you think you are, not who others say you are. Who are you truly? Investigate directly. When you hold the word I in attention, what are its features? What defines it? Is it a thought, a sensation, a bundle of memories? Can it be located in the body? Can it be held as one continuous thing, or does it flicker? Ask, can this sense of I disappear? And if it does, what remains? Without you, what becomes of thoughts? Without you, what is the world? Without you, where are experiences? See this. You are the root and light of all experience. No experience can arise without you. Everything appears within the field of your being. That is why Advaita goes straight for the heart and asks, who am I? The difficulty of this discovery is never that the truth is absent. The truth is always here, now. The challenge is that the recognition of truth seems to threaten your worldly attachments. There is a fear that if you let go of who you think you are, you'll lose the people, pleasures, or protections you love. But look closely. Everything you fear losing is a mental image, an idea, a story, a cloud drifting across the sky of awareness. The sky is never harmed by the clouds that pass through it. If looking feels too sharp, soften the gaze. Instead of forcing yourself to drop attachments, gently investigate why you want to keep them. What promise do they hold? What fear do they soothe? Who would you be without that promise, without that fear? If even that feels difficult, ask, who is uncomfortable right now? Can you find the sufferer apart from thoughts and sensations? Observe your world and observe the one who observes. Notice that your world is shaped by the interests of this someone, preferences, aversions, identities. Now turn the light around. Investigate the one who is interested in living your life. What is it exactly? A voice, a feeling, a posture, a dream? When this is seen clearly, it is recognized as only a phenomenon, a pattern appearing in the vastness of awareness. And as that personal pattern relaxes, the true self, which never needed anything, is quietly revealed. When this revelation dawns, where are your attachments? Where is desire? Where are your fears? Where is your special, private interest? It all falls away like a costume at the end of a play. The senses still function. The images of the world still arise, but the stickiness, the Velcro of grasping and resisting is gone, because the one who claimed and clung has dissolved. Then this long dream closes, and what shines is silence, beauty, and peace within your own being. This is not theoretical. It is your direct experience when the knot of the false I is untied. It does not take time. It only takes seeing. To be clear about what you are, first be clear about what you are not. As that clarity grows, a door of recognition opens by itself and grace flows in. When the question, who am I, rises from your depths, something in you begins returning to the infinite, digging back to the timeless truth, your own boundless self. How long will it take? You may say, I can't. My mind is too strong. Notice, who says that? The mind speaks about itself and then you believe it. This is how illusion becomes powerful, by belief alone. Self-inquiry extinguishes this spell by looking directly at the one who says I and refusing to be hypnotized by the voice. Return again and again to the living investigation. Question your reality so completely that doubt no longer has a place to stand. Discover with your whole being what your mind has been trying to conceal. You already are what you are now. You cannot become the self. You cannot lose it. You can only overlook it. Information won't help you here. Concepts and quotes will not serve you. Forget what you have read, release what you have studied, and empty yourself until nothing remains to be defended. Have the courage to be utterly empty. Let everything go. Ideas, successes, failures, even the impulse to let go, until only that remains which cannot be abandoned. Know this placeless place. In it, see whether any doubt survives. Here, even the questions, who am I, and who is observing, fall silent. Judgment has no meaning. You are returning to your own Buddha nature, your own Christ consciousness, in total silence. Let's pause here for a breath. When you ask inwardly, right now, who am I? What appears first? An emotion, a thought, or a clear, simple silence? Share your response in the comments. Your reflections may help someone else on the path. And if this inquiry resonates, tap like and subscribe so this message reaches more hearts ready to wake up. Now, let's continue. If this investigation is coming alive in you, you are moving in grace. Through self-inquiry, false impressions have been set aside, roles, labels, assumptions, yet something undeniable remains. Stay with that. Remain fixed in the simple sense of existing and do nothing with it. Do not decorate it. Do not interpret it. Simply surrender to it. Hold to the pure, effortless feeling, I am, not as a sentence in your head, but as a sweet, formless intuition. Here is a quiet certainty that does not need proof. Be still in that until the one you believe yourself to be, the character, the mask, the commentator, melts away. What remains is unmoving, unchanging, and pure, indivisible existence, Nataraj. Now you need no more questions, just be still. Silence. This stillness is so simple that even you do not know who is still. Only silence remains, without a you to own it. Recognize this silence, the unshakable presence that can never be harmed or helped. It is more immediate than thought, nearer than breath. And it is beyond even the idea of silence, because there is nothing outside of it to define it. This is home. No thing lives here, yet everything appears in it. Do not identify with anything that arises from introspection. Emotions, thoughts, memories, visions. These are tourists, not tenants. Let them pass through. Try for a few moments to exist only as seeing itself, as if you were only a pair of invisible eyes, unconcerned with what is seen. Then ask again, what remains? When only silence remains, even the thought, I am quiet, has vanished. Everything returns to silence, and is silence itself. This silence cannot be understood as an object. Understanding would require something outside of it to compare, measure, or grasp it. There is no outside. This is the untouchable, the unborn, the deathless, and this is you. Do not turn this into a new belief. Let it ripen as living recognition. Walk in the world as ordinary as ever, but with the extraordinary simplicity of not being a person in the head. Let actions happen without the weight of ownership. Let speech arise without the burden of self-defense. Notice how life flows more intelligently when the imagined controller is absent. How love becomes natural when the one who needs to be loved is gone. If fear returns, meet it in the same way. Ask, to whom does this fear arise? Stay with the bare sense of I am and watch fear dissolve into the vastness that contains it. If desire flares up, ask, who needs this? Where is the one who would be fulfilled? Follow it to its root and find only luminous space. If confusion comes, do not reach for more ideas. Return to the simplest recognition. I am, before words, before history, before form. In time, even the fragrance of effort fades. The inquiry becomes a natural resting in what is. The personal storyline loses its grip. Life appears fresh, vivid, intimate, and yet without the old stickiness. The world is not rejected. It is redeemed by being seen as a play of appearances in the light of your own being. This is not the achievement of a special someone. It is the revealing of what has always been here, looking out from behind your eyes. Simple, before simple, closer than close. You do not have to become worthy. You do not have to repair your past. You only have to stop pretending to be what you are not and notice what never leaves. Right now, without moving a millimeter, notice that you are. Without adding any word to it, feel the quiet certainty of being. Do not touch it with the mind. Just rest. Here, the search comes to a graceful end. Here, gratitude rises for no reason. Here, love needs no object. Here, you are free. Who are you? Look and see.